couple of complaints here and there here at Staffless Practice headquarters in New Jersey. One of them is that your practice gets too busy, you don't know what to do with yourself. And we do have solutions for that, but it is a problem that we hear often. And the second is that people want to be able to land on like a grid of some kind of what our offerings are because we have so many different things. If you know me, you know that I've spent 33 years in sobriety. And part of how I know the world is through the lenses of the 12-step program. And because it was introduced to me very early in my life, and it just kind of formed the way that very similar to BGI, which is the understanding in chiropractic that I've adopted, where it's just how I understand tension patterns in the body, how I understand tension patterns in people's behavior, especially my own, is through the 12-step program. So I I the lenses that, and I use this analogy a lot, like I can take this set of sunglasses or this set of glasses and I can put them on and I can talk to you about my shortcomings and my habits and things that I want to shift through the lenses of the 12-step program. Or I can take them off and I can put another set of lenses on and kind of switch gears on how I'm seeing the world. Today, I'm going to talk about the 12-step program of the Staffless Practice Success System because it's how I understand practice and efficiency and joy and how to really show up and serve and love what you're doing without all of the crap getting in the way. When I show up to my office, I'm going there in a few hours. I open the door, it smells like heaven. It's just so beautiful. And I truly feel to myself, when I'm here, the only thing I have to do is serve great care. Like the rest of the busy can be on the shelf for the next few hours. That's what I want for you.
Yes.
And the way that I can explain to you or teach you how to create that for your practice, which is truly my goal, is to
Yeah,
go through the
I'm in a
12-step
meeting at
program of
noon.
the Staffless Practice Success System.
Yeah, I
Uh,
can see real quick,
Somebody
and then I
needs
just have to get on this meeting.
out. Uh,
But yeah, you can come on in. You can come on in right now.
Whoever's saying you can come on in, go ahead and mute yourself out. Andy, I think it was you. I went ahead and muted you out. Okay, I'm going to share my screen. And this is what we've learned. Hi, Judith. This is what we've learned are the steps to take to find order to the chaos. There's always a level of chaos in any system because that's how we grow. Without chaos, there's no growth, right? So going back to talking about BGI, which is my understanding in chiropractic, a force hits our system, we move into a state of chaos, and it's in that state of chaos that we learn how to adapt and assimilate and evolve. A lot of people come knocking on our virtual door in this really overwhelmed state of chaos in their practice, and they're not getting to the evolution stage because they're stuck in the chaos. So here's my proposal at how to rectify or heal the chaos of a private practice for, let's go there. So I'm going to go ahead and share this preview here. So you should all see something that looks like a pink and yellow ladder, yes? Okay, cool. So remember, step 1 is where we enter the system, and step 12 is all the way at the top when we're ready to really just scale and multiply and move to greater things. The goal of this is to get you from where you're at now to step 12. What happens often is people will come and say, Jody, I need to grow my practice online, or I need to, which is step 11, or I need to grow from the inside. I need to grow the systems that I'm doing and the procedures and the forms and the flyers. I need all of that to grow. Or Jody, I need a bigger office, or I need to organize my front desk. And I go back because these are the lenses through which I see to step 1, to prepare for success. And part of preparation is, you guys, this is really simple stuff. What's your vision? What's your mission? What are your values? And who do you want to serve? And how do you want to serve them? Can you picture this? Picture your ideal day in practice. That's step one. What does it include? What's the who, what, where, when, and why of your ideal day in practice? Step two, what does the physical space of your office need in order for that ideal day to be recognized or realized? Some of you listening have a virtual office. Some of you listening have an office on wheels. Some of you listening have a whole thing where you've got tons of team members and multidisciplinary practices, and you're on 200 acres and all of these things. And some of you have a one-room show out of a gym. Wherever you're listening from, what's the physical need that your practice have? Do you need a desk that's clear? Do you need a waiting area that has clean chairs for your people to sit at? If you've read my book, Staffless, there's a really funny story in it called The Cold Hard Chair Wait, where basically I go into this OBGYN office to do like my girly visit for the year, and I sit in this chair and I have to have a mask on and my temperature's taken and all these things, and I pick up the magazine and it's hard and it's crinkly and there are stains on it. Like, it was just disgusting. And I go up to the glass and the lady's behind this bulletproof glass and I see like this much of her face, and she demands my insurance card and my license. There's no hello, there's no welcome. I have a list of what we could add to her physical space in her office, right? So if you're entering the world of staffless practice and you're asking me about growing your practice from the outside, I'm going to say, are you prepared with a mission, with a vision, with your values, with your mission statement, with who you want to serve and how you want to serve them? Is the physical office, is the physical space of the office set up? So one of the things we do in step two is it's actually really fun. We create what we call client help yourself areas. So a payment area, a scheduling area, a diaper changing station if you serve moms, an after school snack area. We even have a spritzer bar in my office. If you sell supplements, you might have a little store area, all of these things. This is all step two, physical space of the office. Okay. Let's go to step three. Step three is time. This is so important, you guys. How are you spending your time? When was the last time you looked at the visit types that you offer and asked yourself, are they relevant post-pandemic? Do people want to spend 2 hours on their first initial consultation with you? Could that be done in an hour or a half an hour? Are you asking for the amount of money that you deserve to be asking for? And general rule of thumb, as far as financial exchange is concerned, here's how you come up with it. Think about your absolute busiest hour in practice. For me, it's adjusting maybe 10 people in an hour. And for my fee, that's about $1,000. So anything that I look at time, energy, money wise, that's the scale that I'm going to start with. What's your scale? And are there ways that you're spending your time right now that you're out of exchanging your scale? That's step three, time. So if you come to me and you knock on my virtual door and you say, I need help with new client systems. What do I say on visit one? What do I say on visit two? I'm going to bring you back to step three and I'm going to say, how are you currently spending your time inside and outside of the office? Usually this looks like a time study. We create a time map, this beautiful demonstration or display, and everybody is creative differently. Some people write it, some people do it in an Excel spreadsheet. There are all kinds of ways to do it. 4, texting. So I'm going to put my gum out. If you had to book an appointment at your dentist office and you had a list that looks something similar to my daily to-do list on a Monday morning, texting the dentist about my appointment is so much more attractive than having to call the office and have a whole conversation about it. I just want to text the dentist and book my appointment, which takes all of 3 seconds to do. It doesn't even take 3 seconds if I'm using SIRI. right? I'm not going to say it because then it's going to start going off. Having a solid texting program for your practice. And here's what a solid texting platform is. You can text 1,000 people right now compliantly. Those 1,000 people will think that you're only texting them because they see their name in the text. You can text them by clicking a button, directions to your office or your fee system or whatever it is. And again, you're doing this compliantly, and they can text you back. And you can either do it from this screen or that screen or that screen, or you can have a virtual assistant do it for you from across the globe. That's a great texting program. And it shouldn't be thousands of dollars every month. It should be a cost effective, time effective, because you guys, whether or not you want that, that's what our practice members want. They want to be able to text us. There are always exceptions to the rule. If you live in where there are Amish communities, or if you take care of a lot of seniors, even my mom could run circles around me with her cell phone. So I want this to be something that, and if I say something to you and you're like, ooh, that doesn't resonate with me, think of it like spaghetti that you're throwing at the wall. If it sticks, then run with it. And I can show you how to do that thing. Okay, I'm going to go back to sharing. So when we look at the 12-step program and we look at texting, we're looking at what are your texting templates? What are the one-click templates that you want to have ready? What happens if somebody calls you, which is step 5 is the phone system, and they miss then nobody answers the phone. I don't even have a phone for my office, you guys. If somebody calls my office, they immediately get a text back. It's called the missed call text back saying, hey, it's Dr. Jody. Looks like you're trying to call my office. We don't do phone calls around here. Text me now and I'll get right back to you. Again, if you're the kind of person who is serving a community of people who doesn't text, that's not relevant to you. Throw the spaghetti at the wall and that's probably not going to stick. So when they do get your phone system, here's the next piece. It's best that they don't have to dial 3 different numbers to get a person, right? Press 1 to do this, press 5 to do this, press 4, 6, 9, 3 to do this. No, you guys, that's 10 years ago. Most people are making these phone calls when they're doing 10 other things if they're anything like me. I'm not going to remember what number to dial. I'm going to end up dialing the wrong number. I'm going to talk to somebody who has no idea how to help me. And then I'm going to hang up the phone in frustration. And that puts a bad taste in my mouth of my experience of booking an appointment at my dentist. I'd so much rather say, hey, Siri, text Dr. Huckle's office and ask for an appointment at 3 o'clock on Thursday. Don't do it. So that's phone system. I've become known for the voicemail message funnel system. If you haven't yet experienced the voicemail message funnel system, you need my free training. If you have experienced the voicemail message funnel system and you don't have a funnel system in your office yet, please do that. Make that a top priority on your to-do list. It's going to sound something like this. Hi, this is Dr. Leela. I'm so glad you called. I've been serving whole family care since 2000. You've reached this message because, quite frankly, we don't answer the phone around here. If you text me right now, we're going to text you back. If you're a new practice member looking to book your first visit with us, great choice. Visit us online at drleelarocks.com. All other callers, again, you're welcome to leave a message here, but you're probably not going to get a response. Text us now. It's the best way to get in touch with us. Thanks so much and make today the best day ever. That's a voicemail message funnel. You figure out who's calling your practice. What do they need to hear? When they go to where you're sending them, is it clear for them what to do? If you're sending them to a website, is there stuff flying off the page? Is it too overwhelming to look at? Make your websites really clean, really simple, you guys. Okay, so that is the phone system, email system. First of all of this has to be compliant. I see so many people texting their patients from their cell phone. Don't do that, you guys. It's not compliant. If you're US, if you're in another part of the world, find out what you're allowed to do and not allowed to do in your part of the world. Same with email. Don't ever, and I also want to say that text should also be, by the way, admin. It's not, Sally, I want you to take 200 milligrams of whatever. I don't even know what I would tell Sally to take because it's not my jam, right? So it's a, hey, Sally, you left your umbrella. Do you want me to leave it for you, or I can put it outside in the mailbox, whatever. That's what we're texting people about. Hey, John, I'm running 20 minutes late. Does that work? Can you go grab a cup of coffee? I'll give you a gift card when you come in. That's what we text about. We don't text medical information. If you're emailing, make sure that you're on a compliant email system. Google Workspace has a really great option for this. The Practice Suite, if you've been around the block with me for a minute or two, you've heard me talk about the Practice Suite. It's compliant texting, it's compliant scheduling, it's compliant emailing, it's compliant calls. It's all of the things that I'm talking about in one place. What was happening is the other thing I want to say about emails is you want to have one click ready again. You want to have an email ready to go for what you want to say to a new practice member when they first schedule. In fact, even better, you want it to automatically send to them right after they schedule. And then maybe they get a text message and then they get a voicemail drop, which looks like you called, but you didn't. You left a voicemail. And it says something like, Carolyn, I'm so excited to see you. I'm so excited you're going to come to my office. I just sent you an email with a bunch of details. And it's recorded. It's not something that you have to do manually. It happens automatically. That's the ideal setup for the first 6 steps, right? And all of it should be branded, all meaning it should have your colors and your fonts and your emojis and your flavor and your sense, because if they're knocking on your door, that's what they're looking for. So we have a bunch of programs in our world, and the first 6 steps are our foundation program, which is called SPA-TRI, Staffless Practice Academy Trimester. It's a 12-week program. You get a coach. They walk you through how to build out everything I just said. Some people want to end that program with a practice suite and all of their stuff in the suite. That's called the Suite Success Program. It walks you through the first 6 steps of the 12-step program, and you end up with a practice suite so that all of the templates and the number and all the things are in one place. They're not in 5 different platforms. Let's go into step 7, organize, probably my favorite. If you take an empty cardboard box and you walk around your office, do this I'm going to say every 3 months, guys. It's called 3 boxes. I actually have this in a download. If you need the PDF, just type where you're watching this, 3 boxes. You walk around your office with an empty cardboard box. Anything that you have not used in the past 90 days, you throw it in the box. And it might be 5 boxes, it might be 20 boxes, but start with 1 empty cardboard box. Anything you haven't used that you're not ready to let go of, throw it in the box. Seal the box up. Take a Sharpie, write on the outside of it what's in the box and store the box away. Set yourself a reminder to come open that box in 3 months from now. And when you open it, it's like Christmas, right? And you open it up, it's kind of like getting your winter clothes out when the end of summer hits. And oh, I remember this sweater. I remember this shirt, right? You'll be like, I remember this tool. I remember this stuffed animal or toy for the kids or whatever it might be. And if you go through the box, there are going to be things you want to get rid of, things you want to reintegrate into the practice, and things that you might want to donate or recycle. Do that every 3 months. So that's organized. And there are ways to do what I just said with software programs. The software programs obviously don't pack boxes for you, but they're going to clear cobwebs in your practice. I am a huge fan of JNAP. JNAP makes it really easy to be organized with your private practice. So find a way to implement organization into your practice. I love a great spreadsheet, if you haven't noticed. People come to me and they knock on my door and they say, I want to get my practice organized. Guess where I'm going to go? I'm going to go back to step 1, and I'm going to start talking to them about their vision and their mission. Who do they want to serve? How do they want to serve them? You walk all the way up to step 7, and that's when you start looking at technology platforms. Monday.com, ClickUp, whatever it is, that Asana, Trello. I love a good Trello board. Don't get into that stuff until you've done steps 1 through 5. Makes sense? 1 through 6. New client system, step 8. What do you do with Sally when she comes into the office for her first visit? What do you say? What do you want her to see, taste, hear, smell, feel? All of it. Organize it, get it ready for her, right? What do you want her to fill out? Is it too much? Is it too little? When's the last time you visited that? If you run a practice without staff, could this be more efficient? Do you have a short form for people who walk in unexpectedly? Or if grandma's sitting waiting for Johnny's appointment and she said, can you get me on the table today too? How often does that happen? I'm not going to have grandma fill out a 5-page health history form. I'm going to have a short version of it on a clipboard with a pen and a piece of candy. Right? So these are the things that we think about when it comes to new client system. What are the promises that you make to your new practice members? I have a few promises. Sally, I'm not going to waste your time, energy, or money. I'm going to make sure I'm the right person to serve you today. If I'm not, I'm going to put you in the hands of the person who is. Does that sound good to you? I get Sally's agreement. I do not proceed until I get Sally's agreement. The first time I put my hands on somebody, I say, I promise you I will never hurt you. If that's a concern for you, you can let it go right now. Is that cool, Sally? Yes, Dr. Jody, that's cool. These are the 2 promises I make to people on their first visit. What do you want to promise your practice members? How do you want to make sure that that promise is delivered? How do you want to do the office tour? I basically, I figured out, I made a list of the things that I say at least 10 times a day in my office, and those are the things that need to be automated. That's my really simple way of saying, how do I know it needs to be automated? If I say it more than 10 times a day, it needs to be automated. And one of the things was a tour of my office. I was so tired of giving the tour of my office. And I was like, wouldn't it be cool if I did a video? And the problem or the pushback on that is, well, how do you know they're going to watch it? Well, what if I give them a reward for watching it? So that's exactly what I did. And that was the birth of the new client system. They actually watch a video and they actually get a reward for watching the video of me giving a tour of my office so that I don't have to spend 10 minutes that I don't have, because I can adjust 2 people in 10 minutes. You guys do the math. Okay. All right, I'm going back. New client system is step 8. Grow from the inside of the office is step 9. Grow from the inside is like the celebrations that I have inside the office. So grow from inside, grow from outside, grow online is all practice growth stuff. If somebody's walked through our Spa Try program and they say, now I'm ready to scale my practice, they go into our scale program where they work with me. If you're ready to scale your practice and start serving more people in less time, I'm your girl, 150%, right? But I'm going to start you with, how's your time looking? What do you do with your texting program? Do you answer your own phone at the office? That's where we start. So we talk a lot about a 4-part marketing map in the Staffless Practice world. It's going to look something like this. Take a piece of paper if you have one handy and fold it in 4, right? So I've got this paper, it's folded in 4 sections. You've got inside and outside habits and celebrations. Inside habits, inside celebrations, outside celebrations. And you guys, this is just me looking at what I've done over the past 25 years to build my practice and to keep it healthy. Inside celebrations are the parties and the celebrations I offer my practice members inside the office. Outside celebrations are the parties and celebrations I either throw outside of the office or I attend. Inside habits, they're something like 3 boxes is a great example of an inside habit. Outside habits would be hanging flyers in the local coffee shop, or taking a referral partner to lunch, having 1 day a week that I do lunches. These are the things that we do to grow the practice, right? I'm not trying to grow my practice, so I weigh a lot more on habits than I do celebrations. Some of the things that we do are celebration oriented in my private practice, but if it was 10 years ago, I was all hands on deck with inside and outside celebrations because I was trying to grow my practice. We also have these books. So, and if you haven't gotten a free copy of my books, just hit me up, like wherever you're watching this, say, Jody, I need a free copy. The plan is all of the habits and celebrations I've ever done and the entire Canvas swipe file to go with it. The playbook is like a week by week, month by month, year by year journal of keeping track of all of the things. And then, I never talk about this book, but it's so good. It's and actually, a lot of it came from you guys. It's 950 plus questions to ask, just the questions before you open your practice. Can you imagine if somebody told you what questions to ask when you were opening the practice? I didn't even know what questions to ask. And this book was born from me starting Staffless and going and hiring coaches out in Arizona and saying, I don't even know I just paid them $30,000. I don't even know what to ask them because that's how little I know. Okay, here it is, you guys. I think this costs $10 on Amazon. This is the only book I can't give away for free because I don't have the PDF file for it. Okay, and then finally, step 12 is wise counsel. I'm going to call out my sister Leela. She's on with us today, and have a team of people that surround you, that protect you, that remind you of who you are and why what you do is so special in the world, who holds you accountable, who call you on your bullshit. Wise counsel can also be team members. So at the time that this is being recorded, I think we're up to 10 team members right now on our team. For my private practice, 2 team members. None of them are there while I'm adjusting. I can't handle that. One comes in and makes everything beautiful when I leave, and one remotely comes in virtually. So who is your wise counsel? Do you need a nutritionist? Do you need a therapist? Do you need a doctor? Do you need a chiropractor? Do you need a PT? Do you need a best girlfriend, a best boyfriend? Do you need to start dating? Like, do you need an athletic trainer? Who do you need in your life to go to have them be wiser than you? That's wise counsel. So I might have someone come to, this is the most common scenario. People knock on my door and they say, Jody, I have to hire a team. And I say, well, let's start with step 1. What's the mission and the vision of your practice? Some people check the boxes all the way up to step 12 and they really are ready to hire a team. The biggest mistake I see made with practitioners is they want to throw a person at a problem when really it's a system that needs to be implemented. Because when we're ready to put a person in front of a problem, a wise counsel member, whether it's a front desk person or a tech or a therapist or whatever it might be, they can take this and scale it, or they can take it and ruin it. Both of those are true. If you have the right person in the right position, they will scale your practice. They will grow your practice, and they're not doing it because they're getting something in their pocket. They're doing it because they love what you do, right? That's the right person in the right place. The wrong person in the right place can create chaos like I've never seen, or quite frankly, like I've never experienced. So be really careful with the step that you're on. What do you need to move to the next step? Do you need to go back a couple of steps? I'm just going to show the steps one more time. 1, prepare. 2, physical space. 3, time. 4, texting program. 5, phone. 6, email. 7, organize. 8, new client system. 9, grow from inside. 10, grow from outside. 11, grow online. And 12 is wise counsel. Take those steps in order. Steps 1 through 6 are Spa Try program. It's a 12-week coaching program. I do not coach you during that program. One of our team coaches does. Steps 7 through 12 is our scale program. That's where you get me, right? Because quite frankly, you don't need me to go 1 through 6. You need me when it comes to steps 7 through 12. If you say to me, Jody, I've got this really cool idea about creating an online course, that's grow from outside, grow online. That's where my brain is best used, and I learned that the hard way. So if you have questions about what I just shared, the other thing I'm going to say, and I want to say this really clearly, I spent years with the system I just showed you fragmented. I had my e-blasting system in one program, my texting program in another program. I was using Google Workspace because it was HIPAA compliant. I had my website on Weebly. I was using ClickFunnels for all of my funnels. And you guys, that's probably Jane App for my EHR program. Um, then I started using a dictation, AI dictation for notes, like probably 15 screens to have to open to get my practice going in the morning. Now I have one because I have a practice suite. If you need that consolidation and you don't have it yet, please message me. Okay, I'm going to end the live video. I love you guys. Please go make the world better with great care. If you are one of my clients, stay in the Zoom and we're going to talk about the nitty-gritty now. Bye guys. Thanks so much for listening online.